semi-final. Very hard in Armagh, horrible way to lose. But credit to Galway. Now, as I said, there are 4 players that stepped up. 4 excellent penalties. You couldn't fault Ethan Rafferty.
Yeah, for sure. Well, there you go. The Galway celebrations begin, but it's kind of low-key at the moment from Torrick Joyce. I'm sure he'll feel like he's aged a day or two. Kieran McGeaney may feel that as well, but a nice moment between the two of them. They know each other well, very well from their playing days. There's some tears in the Armagh camp from some of their players, but Galway are through to the semi-final, and this is the moment.
So in the last 5 years of Gaelic football, we have seen a number of counties rise from the ashes to win major silverware. 2020 seen Cavan win a first Ulster title in 23 years, which was the same day Tipperary won a first Munster title in 85 years. 2021 seen Tyrone win a first All-Ireland in 13 years, and 2022 even seen Derry win a first Ulster title in 24 years. And there have been plenty more examples through the years of teams rising from the crop time and time again in Gaelic football. It usually happens with underage success, which is nurtured and developed into the senior team, and then it's a matter of going and doing it on the pitch, having the belief from the panel and the tactical nous from management to create such huge moments for said counties. And the county that does have the potential and the ability to do something similar is Armagh, a county that have threatened to take big scalps and even go on a run in both Ulster and even the All-Ireland in recent seasons. A young team with so much potential, which is perhaps even greater than the likes of Derry and some other rising counties in my opinion. Rian O'Neill has already established himself as one of the best forwards in the country. The likes of Stephen Campbell, Rory Grugan and Aidan Nugent have grown into top forwards. Conor Turbot, Ross McQuillan and Keane McConville are also up-and-coming talents who are likely to play a possible part in the future success of Armagh should they have future success. And let's not forget that Jamie Clark could very well return to the Armagh senior footballers as well, given the fact that he returned to football with Crossmaglen. However, that is not yet confirmed at the time of this recording. Charlie O'Byrne and Aidan Forker have been good at the back, and Ethan Rafferty is likely to win an All-Star this year, given his exploits between the posts. And Kieran McGeaney has proven himself as a top manager and probably doesn't get the credit he deserves, in all honesty, when you look at the body of work he's done with both Armagh and also his time in management with Kildare. From Division 3 to beating Dublin in Croke Park in a Division 1 opener, Armagh have seen huge success in the National League since 2018. The Ulster Championship has been the most disappointing, however, in McGeaney's reign, with just 3 wins in 12 games in the Ulster Championship since McGeaney took charge in 2015. But Ulster, as we very well know, is an absolute minefield, and it is the most difficult provincial title to win. Armagh have had some tough defeats in there to the likes of Donegal, but at the same time they have had a fair few underwhelming defeats to the likes of Fermanagh, Cavan and even Down in recent seasons, which certainly when you look at the body of quality in this Armagh side, definitely there is no mistake about it. They have underachieved a lot of the time in the Ulster Championship. However, wins over Donegal and Tyrone in the qualifiers in 2022 suggest that Armagh have perhaps broken their hoodoo against other counties in Ulster. Wins against Tyrone and Donegal, absolutely crucial for Armagh. The buzz around the county, and certainly giving this county a lot of belief that they're not a million miles away, and certainly going into the future, the possibility of doing something big in the Ulster Championship is not inconceivable. Last year was a massive breakout year for Armagh, as it was finally when some of its star players that we have mentioned had come to the fore on the big occasion. The defeat to Galway was probably the most mental game of football that GAA fans would have watched in some time, but again it showed just how good this Armagh team can be. The penalty shootout loss was harsh, and had they have come through that, who knows what might have happened in the remainder of the All-Ireland Senior Football Championship. The team has shown year-on-year progression, and for Kieran McGeaney and Armagh fans, there's a lot to be excited for going into the 2023 season. The team has matured, and the panel of players available for selection, as we mentioned before, give Armagh a serious chance of doing something special in 2023. And personally, I believe they have one of the best squads in the country. And Kerry and Dublin, look, they're going to be the two obvious favourites, make no mistake about that. You can't write off Tyrone. I know Mayo are on a very long drought of an All-Ireland, but they've still got a very good team and lots of good up-and-coming players. So for Armagh, they probably are going to be behind those counties at this moment in time going into next year. But when you look at the potential of players that they have, some of the underage players that are coming through, like 2023 could be a big, big year. And Dublin have regressed in the last couple of seasons. Tyrone have been inconsistent. Mayo have been inconsistent. So who's to say they can't go and be the second best team in the country and possibly even take a huge scalp off Kerry? It's very unlikely, but they have a lot of talent in the team, and it's not exactly inconceivable in my opinion. And outside of Kerry and Dublin, like, I really do think that they can beat any other county on their day. There really isn't much between them and some of the rest. You add the additions of the likes of Keane McConville and Jamie Clark, like we mentioned before, and that could make them even stronger, even with those players possibly even coming on as impact subs. But some of those lads could make a big, big difference in tight games when it's going down the home stretch. And whilst they do have a lot of potential, there is still some question marks over this Armagh side. What could let them down is a lack of organisation and discipline defensively. Discipline in general is certainly a question mark that looms over the Yorkshire county. Pressure could also play a part as well. Armagh, as we know, is a massive, massive footballing county, and the atmosphere in the game versus Galway just shows how much football means to the county. But as we very well know, there's expectation in Armagh. I mean, look, this is definitely the best team that Armagh have produced since their All-Ireland in 2002. And for a lot of Armagh fans that have had to see big rivals Tyrone end the drought of winning an All-Ireland, Cavan and Derry becoming Ulster champions for the first time in 20 odd years, Armagh should feel that they should be the next big team to claim a big, big honour, because they have a lot of very, very good players. It's just a matter of, I suppose, getting the structure of their play right, and then maybe they can progress forward. There have often been question marks over McGeeney's tactics in the past as well, but 2022 showed they're adaptable and have proven that they can beat the best teams, considering they beat Dublin, as we very well know, in the league, and they beat the likes of Tyrone and Donegal in the championship as well, and were very, very close to beating Galway. So they've shown that they can take big scalps, they can beat the big teams. It's just now about doing it on a more consistent basis. And as I said previously, Dublin and Kerry will undoubtedly be the two favourites for the All-Ireland in 2023, but do not discount Armagh, who will have a big say in where Sam ends up. The Ulster Championship will be a huge focus, however. The draw means Armagh will avoid the likes of Tyrone and Derry until a potential final, and you would have to put the Orchard ahead of both Donegal and Cavan on the basis of 2022. They beat Donegal last year, and look, Cavan, very, very good side. They've certainly got a good record against Armagh in the last couple of seasons, but I think if you look at both squads and match them up against each other, Cavan also going to be without Thomas Gallagher next year. Like, Armagh, in my opinion, it's imperative that they get to that Ulster final. They have to now do so. I mean, Donegal can't even get a manager at the moment. And since Armagh last played in an Ulster final in 2008, every other county has played in the Ulster final. It is imperative, while Armagh have this group of players, to make it count. And 2023 has to be the year for Armagh where they get to an Ulster final. Look, if they get beat by Tyrone in the final, you could say fair enough. Tyrone, very, very good side. If they get their act together, that would be tough. But Armagh beat Tyrone twice last year, both in league and championship. And like, they've got to be aiming to win that Ulster Championship now, in my opinion. Donegal and Monaghan will both have new management, like we said, and are very much in transition. Cavan have plenty of quality, but Armagh should have enough to beat them. And Tyrone have shown that they are still very inconsistent given last year's performances. And there are still unknowns with Derry in regards to whether last year was a once-off or whether they can build on something even more special than last year. The squad is there, the manager is evolved, and Armagh are as strong as they have ever been since their All-Ireland success in 2002. Can Armagh make their fans' dream in 2023 of bringing Sam and even an Ulster title home? I think they should. Let me know what you thought of this video in the comments down below. As I said before, I think Armagh have got a huge, huge chance. I think they, given the body of squad that they have, given the progression of them in the last couple of years, I think, is it too early to say that they're serious All-Ireland contenders? Perhaps so, because of the fact that, you know, they haven't won a championship game in Croke Park since, what, 2016, 2017, and obviously their championship record in Croke Park isn't particularly great because, well, they haven't played there too often in the last sort of 10 years or so. But given the squad, given the players, you know, given the fact that they have some of the best players in the country, like we mentioned, Rian O'Neill, Stephen Campbell, very good, Rory Grugan, lots of good up-and-coming players, Keane McConville, Jamie Clark to come back in, an established management and a really, really good fan base who are going to get behind the team no matter what is going on with them. So I think they've got a serious chance, and we've seen shocks and surprises in the Championship in the last couple of years, and do not be surprised if Armagh do something special next year, win an Ulster title. I'm not saying they can win the All-Ireland, but I think they've got a serious chance, and you know, I certainly would not discount them at this moment in time. Anyways, if you like this video, do smash the like button and subscribe. Do let me know in the comments down below, what do you think could happen with Armagh next season? Can they win the All-Ireland? Can they win the Ulster title? And for Armagh fans watching, you know, what are your realistic expectations for next season? I think next year, as I said, really has to be the year that Armagh crack on and do something big, because, you know, seeing their rivals like Derry, Tyrone and Cavan all win big major honours in the last couple of seasons would have hurt them, given the fact that they, you know, a lot of people have been expecting it to be them. You know, they were the team that I think a lot of people were expecting to sort of rise through the ashes, shall we say. So, yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. My name's Aaron. Smash the like button, subscribe if you haven't already. Cheers to all the new subscribers that have come on the channel in the last couple of days. Definitely a good bit of growth there, so massively appreciated. And yeah, plenty of content coming out this weekend as well, so stay tuned for that. My name's Aaron. I'll see you all later.